Okay, so a very good morning to all the guys. Hope everybody has live. We can please concentrate on each and every word what we discuss from today's class. Okay, so in the previous class, I touched upon normal forms. You have gone through the various definitions. Um, like we came across the all the definitions of normal forms. First normal form, second normal form, third normal form, and followed by the Boyce Codd normal form. So all the four normal forms we have defined. Now um, we have to apply those normal forms for the problems or for the data in order to satisfy the functional dependencies. So when it comes to the very first part of first normal form, the first normal form disallows composite variables, multi-valued attributes, and nested relations. So one word I have already told about first normal form is non-atomic or not divisible. So if the values are not able to divide, or if the values are not atomic, then definitely that's violating first normal form. So when you look to the slide, in this slide, I can say that the violation of first normal form, when you see this department information with respect to D locations, like Bel Air, Sugarland, Houston, the values are multiple here. So this violates first normal form. So when this is violating, so I need to observe that, or I need to resolve this first normal form just to write the redundant values like this. First normal form always talks with respect to the redundant, multiple or atomic values. If the values are atomic, it satisfies. It does not considers with respect to redundancy or something else. So here you will observe that in the first, the functional dependency is this. Department number determines department name, manager, as well as locations. This is the functional dependency. All right. So the values are like this. For research department, we have 3 different locations, and for admin headquarters, we have just single value. To say that the research department has um, multiple values or multi-values, so this violates first normal form. Say the other two tuples satisfy first normal form, but when you consider the whole table based upon these 3 values, we say that the first normal form is violating. So in order to resolve this or to solve this, to satisfy first normal form, we have to write like this. So values are broken to atomic values and written like this. So this satisfies first normal form. Guys, any questions before we proceed? Hope the first normal form is very simple. If there are something else with respect to nested, or if the values are multiple, just break those and try to have a single values. Automatically you will be resolved. Okay, so coming to second normal form. In the second normal form, we observe one major thing is partial dependency and fully functional dependency. These two words we need to understand. The first word is just to say that no partial dependency or fully functional dependent. These two words have to be understood. Or let me come with one example, or just one simple example. Yesterday I have given one example, right? So let me go to that level. Or yesterday I have given one example, I think, in the class. So D, E, F. So this is the relation. So I have FD is equal to like this. Someone is joining class now. So A, B determines C, A determines to D, and B determines to E, and D determines to F. If this is the functional dependency, so by observing the functional dependencies, we will try to observe the key is something like this. So AB determines to C, and B determines to D, E determines to E, and D determines to F. Now, when you observe, you will come to know the key is AB. Any questions, guys? Please understand each every word. So the key is AB here. Now, according to the definition of first normal form, so now in this is the problem. So first they will tell you to find out key and tell you to normalize this R to its highest normal form. Okay. So when this is told, you have to do what? You have to first deduce the key like this. So the key is AB here. So key is equal to AB as we have deduced. Key is equal to AB. Now, when you look to the data, since we don't have any particular multi-valued here, so R is in 1NF. So R is in 1NF. Okay, 1NF, R satisfies 1NF. So first write down the definition of 1NF. So you have to solve like this. When the problem is given like this, the question is deduce the key, normalize R to its highest normal form. So first deduce the key like this. So once you know the key, you write the first normal form definition. And you see that there are no multi-valued attributes here. Say after writing first normal form definition, please write down the first normal form definition is the first normal form definition. You can just write all values in a given attribute must be atomic. This is the first normal form definition. So we say according to the definition of first normal form, we observe that R has atomic values. So R satisfies first normal form. You have to write like this. Any questions? Hope you guys are understanding. I repeat again. First, deduce the key. Once you have known the key, write down all the definition of first normal form. The first normal form definition goes like this. All values in a given relation must be atomic. This is the first definition of normal form. Then write, since in R we observe that there are no multi-values, so we say that R satisfies 1NF. Okay. So R satisfies 1NF. Then write second normal form definition. You can write any definition. There are two definitions, right? You can write any definition. Either you write alternate definition or you write the other definition. They both are one and the same. So next write down second normal form definition. What is second normal form definition? R is said to be in 2NF if it satisfies 1NF, if it satisfies 1NF, and no non-prime attribute is partially dependent on the primary key. This is the one definition. The alternate definition even can be written like this. A relation R is said to be in 2NF if it satisfies 1NF, and non-prime attribute must be fully functionally dependent on the key. This is the alternate second normal form definition. So write down second normal form definition. Then After writing second normal form definition, write check with each FD. Since the key is AB, write down like this. Since the key is AB, each FD must be verified that it will satisfy the definition or not. Now, since the AB is a key, we observe the FD AB determines C satisfies second normal form. Okay, second one, A determines D FD violates second normal form as D is only dependent on A but not on B. Similarly, E is only dependent on B but not on A. So, FD's A determines D and B determines E violate second normal form. Are you guys understanding what I'm talking? Are you guys understanding what I'm talking? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
I repeat again, just have a look. The FD's AB determines C satisfies second normal form. The FD A determine D violate second normal form because D is dependent on only A but not on B. Because AB, the whole AB is a key. Okay. So any attribute which is dependent on the key must be fully functionally dependent, or there must not be any partially dependency. Then such FDs violate second normal form. All right. So A determines D violate second normal form. Similarly, B determines C also violate second normal form. Okay. Now, don't worry about D determines F. Don't worry about that since it's the transitive dependency. Don't worry about that. Now, what did you say? You said that these two FDs violate second normal form. Now, since you have this diagram, from this you can try to understand how to break the tables. Now you will try to see the moment you have this picture, you can understand how to break them. This will be in one table, this will be in one another table, and this will be another table. So R will be normalized to R1, R2, and R3. So R1 is broken to three tables. Sorry, R is broken to three tables like R1, R2, and R3. Any questions, guys? So this
Yes, sir.
table will, fine. This table will tell us how to break these tables. So A, B, C will be in one table. A, D, F will be in one table. And B, E will be in one table. So after the second normal form definition, we observe that R is broken to R1, R2, R3. Understanding? Understanding? So now what's next? You have to observe that, or you have to see that R1, now I need to work on R1, R2, R3, not on R, because R is changed to R1, R2, R3 applying second normal form. Now please see, in all these tables, you have one or the other relation. Now AB determines C. See, you have A here, so these two tables are related with A, and similarly these two tables are connected with the help of B. It means in each of the tables you have some attributes, or you have some attributes which are related or which are common. Okay, do not forget that. Now, after breaking R1, R2, R3 from R, observe whether I am satisfying second normal form or not. This is just to cross check whether we have got the correct normalization or not. Now, what do we understand is, now apply the second normal form. Apply second normal form to the FDs R1, R2, R3. Now, what we try to do is, Now we try to figure out the same FDs. Okay, these FDs have to be satisfied. No matter whatever happens, we have to see that these FDs must be satisfied after you break these tables. Okay, so R was the table which was initially given. Now after applying second normal form, we have three tables like R1, R2, R3. Okay, now please check AB determines C. So AB determines C when I observe all these three are in one table. So AB determines okay. Understanding? So AB determines C when I observe. So both AB determines C here. So here these two will be primary key in this table. Similarly, when I come to ADF, A determines D, I have, D determines C, if I have, so A will be here primary key in this table. So also finally I have B determines E, B will be primary key in this table. So all the FDs which I am trying to work on are satisfying. Okay, so in after the completion of R1, R2, R3, I observe that these three will be satisfied after the completion. Recording. Okay, any questions before we proceed? Hope everybody is understanding second novel form. Any questions? Any questions? Hope everybody is understanding. Any questions?
No, sir.
No? Others? Respond fast.
No, sir.
Everybody should understand. Okay, everybody must understand all these concepts. Now, after you have R1, R2, R3, now go to the additional point. Say go for 3NF. So you catch hold of these three now. These three we need to work. Now write down 3NF definition. You can write any definition. You can write either the normal definition or alternate definition. Both are same. So write 3NF definition. R is said to be in 3NF if it satisfies 2NF and no non-prime attribute is transitively dependent on the key. This is the third normal form definition. The alternate definition is a non-trivial functional dependency holds either X is a superkey or A is the prime attribute. So when I say X determines A in functional dependency for third normal form, X should be your primary key or X should be your superkey or primary key. A should be prime attribute. Okay, A should be prime attribute. Only then I can say third normal form satisfies. Or there should not be any non-prime attribute with transitive dependency. Now we observe that in FD, A determines D and D determines F holds transitive dependency. You can write FD, A determines D and D determines F holds transitive dependency. Since D is not a prime attribute or D is not the primary key and also F is not also primary key. So this violates third normal form. Or you can just say observe the dependency D determines F and A determines D. So when this satisfies third normal form, when either two conditions, A should be your primary key or D should be your key. when any of these two conditions satisfy, we observe that third normal form satisfies. Now, when I catch hold of this FD, I say that, or look into the all FDs and check which all FDs satisfy, which all FDs violate. Now, when I catch hold of this AB determines C, AB is the key, so that satisfies third normal form. Now, A determines D is in this particular table. So, A is the, this is the FD, A determines D. In A determines D, I observe that A is the prime attribute or A is the primary key. So, this FD satisfies third normal form. So, also B determines E. If I observe, I see that B is the primary key and E is the non-prime attribute. So, B determines E also satisfies third normal form. And finally, D determines F. When I observe, D is not the key, so also F is not the key. So both are non-prime attributes. When both are non-prime attributes, this violates third normal form. So when this violates third normal form, write down FD, D determines F, violates third normal form as the non-prime attributes hold transitive dependency, or you can even write D determines F dependency. D and F both are non-prime attributes. So this FD violates third normal form. Understanding? Can you guys respond? You want me to repeat again? Yes, no, come on.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Fine. Fine. See, it's very simple. D determines F. We can write two ways. One way is D and D determines F. If I say D is non-prime attribute and it determines F. So this exists by having non-prime attribute transitive dependency holds. This violates third normal form. The other way you can say, if you consider the functional dependency D determines F, either D should be your primary key or F should be prime attribute. So in this condition, D and F both are non-prime attributes. So this violates third normal form. So how do you normalize this? Now when you are normalizing, R1 and R2, R3 satisfy third normal form, they remain same. Okay, so R1 and R3 remain same. Now you can say in R2, the FD, D determines F, violate. Okay, see, our intention is when you have these FDs must be present in one or the other table. Okay, so now R1, R2, R3 are the three tables which are normalized from R. So you have to observe that these FDs must be present in any one or the other table. Okay, so in these tables, I observe that in R2, D determines F, FD violate third normal form. So I will break R2 to R21 and R as R22. Any questions? Now I am trying to create or break R2 table like this. So in one R21 I write as A and D, and in another table I write them as D and F. Okay, any questions? So it is very simple, just try to break A determines D in one table and D determines F in one table. Now we observe that this is one dependency, this is one dependency. Okay, so from R1, R3 will not have any change because that does not violate third normal form. So also when you observe R2, in R2, FD determines F violate third normal form. So we normalized R2 to R21 and R22. Okay, so after breaking these, we observe that further we cannot normalize. So this is the end of your problem. So after normalizing R, we observe that we have tables like R1 is equal to finally write all the tables A, B, C, R21 you have A and D, R22 has D and F. Okay, everybody understanding? Now lastly write about R3. So after normalizing this problem, we observe that R is broken to 4 tables like this: R1, R21, R22 and R3. These are the final tables after normalizing. So this is the end of the problem. Any questions? Any questions? After this, we cannot proceed to the highest. This is the highest normal form normalization. Any questions? Any questions? Yes, no?
No, sir.
No? Everything is clear? So, okay, we will come to this problem. So, hope this problem is clear. Any issues or any questions in this problem? Please check each and everything what all has to be done. Now I will give you the summary of this problem in brief, how to write again, because this is very important problem, or all the problems associated with the same pattern you will get. So you need to know what is the correct procedure. See, some students don't write definitions and don't write how they are violating. Now you have to write things correctly, only then you will get full marks. Again, I will repeat how to solve this problem. So the problem is R is equal to, the problem will be given like this: R is equal to A, B, C, D, E, F. AB determines C, A determines D, B determines E, and D determines F. Deduce key and normalize R to its highest normal form. This is the question. Now, the moment you get this question, first deduce key. So key you deduce like this and find out key is equal to AB. And write down first normal form definition. After writing first normal form, write down R. In R, we observe that all the values are atomic. So R is in 1NF, or R satisfies 1NF. Then write second normal form definition. Once you write second normal form definition, and after definition you write FD A determines C satisfy second normal form because C is completely dependent on the key. And we observe that A determines D and B determines F are partially dependent because D is dependent only on A but not on B. Similarly, E is dependent on B but not on A. So these two FDs violate second normal form. So normalize R2, R1, R2, R3, try like this. In what way I have even told. So when you draw this diagram accordingly, you will understand how to break them. Okay, so A, B, C is in R1, in R2, A, D, F, and in R3, B and E. After this, write down third normal form definition. After writing third normal form definition, you have to say, you can write any definition. So accordingly, you write, if you are writing which definition, if you are writing transitive dependency definition, write down D determines F holds transitive dependency. If you are writing in the other way, say if X determines, say in that fashion, if you are writing, you can write it in the same way that check with each dependency. AB determines C, AB is a key, so that while that satisfy third normal form, A determines D satisfy third normal form because A is the key. B determines E satisfies third normal form because B is the key. And finally, D determines F both are non-prime attributes. This violates third normal form. So we observe that in R2, D determines F is the FD, which is violating third normal form. So R1, R3 satisfy third normal form, so keep it same. Now normalize R2 to R21 and Q2 like this, AD and followed by DF. So then write down R is normalized to all the 4 tables, and hence further cannot be divided. Or write down all the relations R1, R21, R22 and R3. This is the solution of the problem. Understood? Any questions? See, you will get similar multiple problems. I will solve once I tell you about what the examples from 2NF and 3NF and BCNF. Then I'll try to solve 1 or 2 problems again, so that you will have a clear with all the problem solvings. So in this problem, try to understand. Now, I have one table called as lots. In this, I have attributes like property ID number, country name, lot number, area, price, tax rate. Please understand, this is with respect to your the plots property ID. So this is about the property information schema. Lots is a particular table which comprises of the information of a particular property. Okay, so now you have 4 FDs defined. FD1, property ID will have information with respect to country name, plot number, area, price, tax rate. Okay, in another FD determines country name and lot number, both determines property ID, area, price, tax rate. And each country will have a different tax rate, or each country will have a common tax rate. So country name determines tax rate. And so also your price varies with respect to area. Okay, so FD4 determines area, determines price. So we have 4 FDs. Now this is very, very interesting, or this is very, very important. Try to understand what is the key now. Now key, we understand that property ID, country name, lot hash 3 will be acting as key. But in your normalization, we observe that area and price FD will not affected in second normal form, but tax rate will definitely create a problem with respect to country name, because that violates second normal form. You have 2 keys here. Property ID is one attribute, country name and lot hash are another 2 keys. So totally we had the super keys are 3, but the primary keys are 2. I mean, not like primary keys 2, we can consider these 2 are as keys. Okay, so when you are observing with respect to keys, see that you have property ID determines other attributes, so that does not violate second normal form. Similarly, country name and lot hash both determine the other thing, so that does not even violate second normal form. But the problem comes with FD3, country name determines tax rate. So since the key was country name along with lot hash, so but the tax rate is only dependent on country name but not on lot hash. So this violates second normal form. Are you understanding what I'm talking? So what we will do, we will try to break from lots to lots 1 and lots 2 like this. Any questions? Guys, you are understanding? So what I did, tax rate is dependent only on country name but not on lot hash. So FD3 violates second normal form. Clear? Any questions? Now continue with the normalized form, like lot hash, lots is normalized to lots 1 and lots 2 with the same information like property ID, country name, lot hash, area, price. Country name determines tax rate. These two tables we normalize and see that FD2, FD1 and FD4 are in one table and FD3 is in another table. So this is the normalization after second normal form. Okay. Now, after observing or after satisfying second normal form, we proceed with third normal form. So in third normal form, we observe that area is not the part of the key. Area will not fall in the prime attributes, and it holds a transitive dependency with the price. So price is always dependent on the area. Depending on area only, the price will be reduced. So this FD4 violates third normal form. Okay, so we will try to break this again. So what happens here is property ID, country name, lot hash, area will be in one table and area determining price will be in another table. So lot 1 will be violating third normal form. So lots 2 will not have any problem, so keep it same as lots 2. But lots 1 have to be normalized to lots 1A and lots 1B. So in that, you try to break the area with area determines price. Okay? Any questions? So area determines price. Area will be primary key in lots 1B. When it comes to lots 1A, area will be foreign key. Understanding? Because in one area, one price, but in one area, you will have multiple plots. Understanding? So finally, you have from lots table, you break to lots 1A, lots 1B, and lots 2. These three tables are normalized initially. Any questions before we proceed? So I have clubbed all the definitions, both the definitions of alternative definitions and based on primary key. Both definitions I have given one an alternate way. Now, please understand one more. Boyce Codd normal form is an extension of third normal form. So one thing you please understand the difference between third normal form and Boyce Codd normal form. When you observe in the third normal form definition, in third normal form, we observe that Ft determines X determines A holds in R in the sense either X should be your key or A should be the prime attribute or the part of the key or it should be key. Only then if either any one condition satisfies, I feel that your FD will satisfy third normal form. Or when you observe the FD with respect to transitive, it is also same. Right? If I have X determines A determines Z, that means X determines Z will have a normal. Is there any problem with my connection? Can you hear me, everybody? Yes, any questions? I can see some people have raised question. Yes. Pranay Verma, I can see your hand raised. Yes.
Sir, by mistake, sir. Sir, by mistake.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Now, if there are any questions, I welcome the questions. Right now, if I have a pseudo transitivity dependency, X determines A and A determines Z. If I have like this, I will check the first this dependency X determines A. When I observe X is equal to my key is equal to X, so this FD will satisfy third normal form. But A determines Z, if I observe A determines Z is a non-prime attribute, so certainly that would violate third normal form, like that. So two conditions, when any one condition satisfies, third normal form will be satisfied. But when I go into the Boyce Codd normal form or extension of third normal form, I observe just one condition that X should be super key. If I take one functional dependency like X determines A, then X must be super key. In third normal form, I have seen that either X can be super key or A can be a prime attribute. Then third normal form satisfies. But when I'm talking with respect to Boyce-Codd normal form, I need to see that X must be specifically a primary key and A must be a non-prime attribute. Okay, certainly in Boyce-Codd normal form, A or the other right hand side must be a non-prime attribute. Then this satisfies Boyce-Codd normal form. See, all NFs which satisfy 3NF may not satisfy BCNF, but the FDs which satisfy BCNF also satisfy 3NF. I repeat again, the FDs which satisfy 3NF may not satisfy BCNF, but the FDs which satisfy BCNF will also satisfy 3NF. Any questions? Hope you guys are understanding. Now imagine one more dependency arrive like area determining country name. So based on area determining country name. Imagine in certain countries what happens, you no matter whatever may be the area, the size will be fixed. The size will be fixed, the price will also be fixed. In certain countries we have that kind of that kind of norm we have in certain countries. So then we observe that area will be determining country name. So what I mean, for example, if I ask you, imagine a country which is having a common area, or the whole country have same type of areas. I mean, for every citizen of the country, one specific area only is given. If we say like that, or all the areas are divided equally, imagine like that, then if we can determine one more FD like area determining country name. So this, when I observe this, when I consider this FD, this is one more FD, imagine like this. For the background of this particular FD is what? Imagine in one country, I am giving the area, a common area in the whole country. So if I say one plot size is fixed for every citizen. Okay, I cannot take more, I cannot take less. I can have multiple plots, but area size remains same for all the plots. Okay, when I plan like this in the whole country, then I can have one FD like that, area determining country name. Now having this FD, I have to follow according to the definition of third normal form. I observe that area determining country name. Area is not primary key, but country name is a prime attribute because it is part of the primary key. So that satisfies third normal form. But according to Boyce-Codd normal form, area should be primary key. Country name, see, FD is what? Area determining country name. So area must be primary key. The right hand side, whatever it is, must be non-prime attribute according to Boyce-Codd normal form. So FD5 violates BCNF. But please remember, FD5 satisfies third normal form. How? Area, see, two conditions must, any one condition is true, then I can say FD3 satisfies. Suppose area determines country name is my FD. I have to see, is area primary key? No, leave it, check with country name. Country name is a prime attribute. Prime attribute means part of the primary key. Yes, so that satisfies third normal form. But when it comes to BCNF, BCNF definition is what? X should be super key. If I have a functional dependency, area determines country name, area must be strictly a prime attribute. But the right hand side must always be a non-prime attribute. Okay, in that sense, I have to break the Boyce Codd normal form or FD5 to satisfy Boyce BCNF. Okay, so then I will try to break like this: property ID, area, lot hash, area determining country name in another table. So lots 1A X, lots 1A Y. Are you understanding? So, okay. Now, any questions before we proceed? Any questions, guys? Yes? So, please understand. So, we will try to understand one more example with respect to BCNF. And see, a relation that is in 3NF but not in BCNF. Okay, this is the table. Imagine like this. Okay, after this, I'm coming to this particular problem to understand BCNF is not satisfied, but 3NF is satisfied. The same thing you understand, relation satisfying BCNF definitely satisfies 3NF. But a relation may, if it may satisfy 3NF, but may or may not satisfy BCNF. Okay, so to do this, two FDs exist in the relation teach. Student comma course determines instructor, instructor determines course. So in this case, you observe student and course both are primary key or both are key which determine instructor. Now instructor determines course means instructor is non-prime attribute, but course is a prime attribute, but that certainly satisfies 3NF but not in BCNF. Understanding? Student and course both determine instructor. Now instructor is non-prime attribute, course and student are prime attribute. Now according to third normal form definition, you take these two FDs and check. FD1, student and course determine instructor, that is the primary key, student course is primary key, so it works fine. So student and course both are key, instructor is non-prime attribute, 3NF satisfies. But when you observe to instructor determines course, instructor is non-prime attribute, course is prime attribute, so this again satisfies third normal form. But FD1, check with BCNF, X determines A or student course determine instructor, student course is a key, so that satisfies BCNF. But instructor determines course, instructor is not the primary key or it is not the key, it is not the part of candidate key, it is not a key at all. So this violates BCNF. Understanding? FD2 may satisfy 3NF but not satisfy or may not satisfy BCNF. So we will try to break like this: student instructor, student course, course instructor and course student. Okay, so we have to there are three possible decompositions you can decompose in these three methods. Anyhow you can break like this. You can break one table to any of these three forms, all the three will be correct. Okay, any questions? Any questions before we close? So in the next class, I am trying to solve more one or two problems associated with these one or two questions which are appeared in VTU exams that I will discuss. And after that, after one class, in the next class, I will complete some 2 to 3 problems and close module 4. After that, we can start with module 5. Anybody have any questions before we close? Any questions?